Hey everybody, what's up? It's Schmoedown time, and today I'm finally going to watch the number one contenders match, the pay-per-view match that happened between Dan the Goat Murrell and Jeff Sneider. Yeah, it happened over a week ago, and I missed it for about a week, but now it's finally getting released, so I guess it's time to watch it and review and react to it. Now, I'm recording this after I did my reaction to both Brother Lomas versus Frankie Alvarez, and also after I did my reaction to Chance versus Brandon Meyer. Now, if you've seen those reactions I didn't do so hot, so I am going to low-key be participating in this match, but I've made myself a nice bucket of popcorn because I don't really intend to get a lot of the answers right, if I can just find my marker first. But yeah, I don't intend to get any of the questions right in this match, so I'm just gonna be more laid back and hope maybe I'll get some questions, maybe I not, maybe won't. But yeah, I hope. I haven't seen this match yet, I haven't been spoiled, luckily, but I hope Dan takes this, and I hope Dan destroys Sneider once and for all, because I am not a Sneider fan in the Schmoedown. I mean, like, he's a great person, obviously, but in the Schmoedown, as his character, I despise his guts. And he thinks he's the GOAT, even though he's never actually faced the true GOAT of the Schmoedown. Time to put that to the test, and let's see how badly Sneider's going to smash his face into the ground. So yeah, I'm scrambling to find my marker. I will be starting this match, and let's see how the match is about to start. Here we go. I gotta say,
look at us. We're here. We're live.
There.
It is the movie Trivia Schmoedown and Christian versus. It's not just my show on Peacock anymore. This means a war.
Yeah. As you can see, I'm...
you okay?
Not really.
Okay,
not really.
Look. You can walk me through what happened now. You can do it later. There's a lot of people watching, but you can walk me through what we just saw. I'm sure those gentlemen will eventually know my name. But in the meantime, it does seem like you and maybe myself have inherited a new boss. And unfortunately, I'm not talking about Mr. Tony Danza.
We'll talk about that later. I don't want to, to be honest, and I don't care what happened. I don't really want to talk about her right now because we have a big event tonight. What an event it is. It is the debut of Schmoedown versus 3 pay-per-views a month. 3 pay-per-views a month. It starts today, and what a big one to start out with. If you are a patron, then you're going to get this. You have the $10 tier. You get all 3 of these events. If not, you went to the schmoedownlive.com and you bought it single. Well, there you go. You can do it. There's so much happening, Mark, in the world of the Schmoedown. We had 3 matches already debut this week. We're going to have 3 more next week. Then we're going to have some more pay-per-views. So much big stuff happening, but it's all about the big match tonight. It is Sneider versus Murrell, the player of the year against maybe, I think, a lot of people think, the greatest player of all time. Jeff Sneider will say, I don't know. He's definitely the greatest teams player of all time. Now, when you have Dangerous Dan Murrell, 4-time singles champion, 1-time team champion, the Sneider Jeff Sneider, a 3-time and the current movie Trivia Schmoedown teams champion. The fact that these 2 guys have been dancing around each other for years. For years, I played Jeff Sneider in a number 1 contender match back when he was going to go up against Dan. I don't know how I did it. I got lucky. I play him today. He destroys me. But I got lucky. Didn't happen. He was supposed to play Dan another time. It didn't happen. He was supposed to play him last year. It didn't happen. So finally, because there is a man up on top by the name of Adam the Coyote Collins, who defeated both these gentlemen, and whoever wins here tonight, they'll face him next month for the title.
Christian, you say that it feels like these guys have been circling each other forever. I say it feels like an 8th grade dance where the boys are in one corner, the girls are at the other side of the gym, and they're just kind of waiting, biding their time. And then Boys to Men comes on, and it is time to dance. Let's pretend like End of the Road just hit, even though we're about to kick off this match. Because as you said, Adam Collins entered the fray last season, and it's the weirdest thing to be talking about Dangerous Dan Murrell coming off of a loss.
Well, it didn't happen much last season, but it didn't really happen much for Jeff Sneider either. Jeff Sneider won Player of the Year for a reason. He won 4 matches and got to the finals of the tournament. It just happened to be the biggest tournament that we had. But he had 4 matches beating people like Mark Riley, Ethan Irwin, Paul Oyama inside of that, Robert Montano inside of that whole stretch. And, so then he went on to win the teams tournament and the championship. So rightfully so, winning Player of the Year. Dan Murrell's looking to do something that, hell, he's the only person to win the title 3 times. He's the only person to do it 4 times. And now he could be, if he wins here tonight and then beats Collins, he could be the only guy to do it 5 times, but he's got to beat Sneider in order to do that. But the other funny thing, Dan is on a different faction. Dan last year was on a dumpster fire of a faction when it came to the Finstock Exchange. They dumped him in the last match when he was clearly one of the best players that they had. Sneider, not having that problem. Him and Roxy, that dynamic, it reminds me of Teddy Atlas and Michael Moore of old.
As much as I love Brandon Renison's comment that Christian and Mark could still compete if we played, no, we're happy behind the desk because what we have tonight, folks, is a redemption story on one end, and on the other, a man looking to prove that he is the reason why he's got all those teams championships, not whoever he was playing alongside. Christian, it's Season 8 war for a reason, and tonight we have a very unlimited skirmish.
That's right. And we're going to get into the promo in just a moment here, but I also want to let you guys know a few things going into it. This year, it's all about the merch. You guys want to reward the factions and the players. Well, what you do is you go to the Skybound store and pick up your favorite merch. A percentage of those profits goes to a pool that they will be playing for at the end of the year. It is all on you guys to say, hey, you guys are playing really tough this year. Well, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to pick that up. And that's what they will be playing at at the end of the year. The other thing that we marked, we can look at the current standings at the moment on what's happening with the factions because we're out the gate. And the Dungeon, with that one big win that they had with Mara Kanape picking up the Inner Geekdom title, are atop with 7 points. The Suspects, winning a Star Wars match and an Inner Geekdom match, see themselves in second place. Swag in third. Corruption in fourth with their win today. And this is the Stars' first match. It's big, and it's for 4 points. The number 1 contender matches are worth 4 points. So it is all on the line here today, and the Dungeon could pick up another 4. So this could put the Dungeon a little bit of a lead over the usual suspects if they can get this done here with Dan Murrell.
When you look at these faction standings, there's some numbers. There's a little bit of math involved. It's still early in the season, so all I see is a whole lot of hope for the Dens, for the Finstock Exchanges of the world who have yet to compete in Season 8. But you're right, Christian, already a lot runs on this matchup. 4 big points are on the line. 2 of the all-time great competitors. They may not just be competing for those points. They may be competing to solidify their spot on Mount Schmoemore. Do we have a name, or are we just going to call it Rushmore? Whatever you want to do.
Schmoedown.
I look, as much as I love talking to you, as much as I love getting excited, I want to see
Ryan
the promo. I want to feel hyped. I want to get as jazzed up as the audience will. So let's see how we're going to get Sneider versus Murrell. Take it away, Nerd Chronic.
Yes.
So here we are, Schmoedown Season 8. And Season 8 is war. And you know what? War is a great theme for this year because I'm feeling kind of warlike. Let's look at what's happened to me since the end of last year. I lost my belt. I lost both my belts. I'm a singles player. I hold the belt for the entire year. Do I get recognized as singles player of the year? No, it goes to the guy who beat me once. Then we get down to player of the year. I put together a string of championships. Do I win player of the year? No, I lose player of the year to Jeff Sneider. Well, luckily, this revenge doesn't even have to be served cold because Jeff, I get you first this year. Jeff Sneider loves coming in and talking about, oh, I'm the greatest of all time because of my team's record. What about your singles record, Sneider? Not anything in the singles division, Jeff. I've won this belt 4 times. I've defended this belt 7 times. The last time I played in a 3-round singles match, it was in front of a live crowd in New York City.
True.
You remember how long ago that was?
Well, hey, technical glitches on a live show. So that wasn't the promo. We will get the promo.
You said that you wanted to see you said that you were done bantering with me. What happened to all that noise?
I was ready for the actual promo itself. I was so excited, but I mean, it's nice to see that Walter Whitebeard on Dan Murrell, but that's not what I was expecting. What I will say is, while we wait for the promo to get loaded in and for it to play, the other things, Mark, we are gonna the $20 patrons. Oh, is that it? We're ready to go.
No, I want to hear more about the $20 patrons.
Well, $20 patrons today are going to come in, and they're going to be able to ask questions to the winner. But the promo is ready. Sorry.
Are you eating right now?
No, not. Here we go.
No.
Greatest of all time. What makes you any greater than me? I've defended
4
the belt
title
more times
wins,
than you.
that's why.
Held on to it longer for you. What makes you so great?
A lot of people have been in the position to challenge me for the belt. None of those people have been Jeff Sneider.
I can't keep doing this with you. I'm tired of holding you up. I'm tired of holding your hand. I'm tired of building you up. It's time for me to go back to who I am, because I hate who I am when I'm with you.
So here we are, Schmoedown Season 8. I'm a singles player. I hold the belt for the entire year. Do I get recognized as Singles Player of the Year? No, it goes to the guy who beat me once. Player of the Year? No, I lose Player of the Year to Jeff Sneider.
Murrell is one of the greats. He will be the greatest of all time as soon as he beats me. I don't have it in me to just give him that title. How do I know? He hasn't beaten me.
Greatest of all time. Jeff Sneider is the greatest of now. Jeff Sneider is the greatest of this time.
Oh, I've climbed this mountain. Why even bother focusing on this mountain? And let's go climb this other mountain that's perceived to be more important. Like, this is my mountain. This is my mountain, and I'm here to defend it.
My team's record. Your team's record doesn't mean anything in the singles division, Jeff. I've won this belt 4 times. I've defended this belt 7 times. You never worked your way up to my level, Jeff. You have never played on my level, and you won't today.
Here's something you're not going to see today. You know why? Because Dangerous Dan Murrell is in the dungeon.
To my former faction mates, enjoy the show tonight, because this year I'm going to ruin all of your lives.
I've got the dungeon behind me. I have a faction that is stronger than you could possibly imagine at my back, and I'm angry. I am an angry Dan Murrell, and an angry Dan Murrell is a dangerous Dan Murrell.
And me and the GOAT will be in the dungeon celebrating, baby.
Everybody out there is talking about how Jeff should be so afraid of the GOAT. I think the GOAT should be afraid of Jeff Sneider.
Dan Murrell is called the greatest of all time in the singles division. Jeff Sneider is called the greatest of all time in the teams division.
Like, how have we gone 8 seasons into this show and these two have never met?
The second that match is over, in the interview, depending on how things go, of course,
I think
you'll see me concede that Dan Murrell is the GOAT.
Yappity, 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 Jeff. You got a big mouth.
Yeah.
So now, Dan Murrell, he's gonna sew it up.
Just like what they did to Deadpool in that X-Men movie.
I've been wanting to shut that mouth for a very long time. But this message actually goes out to everybody with a belt, not just you. Grab those belts, cherish them, hold them close to your chest, bask in the warmth of that championship. Because this season, winter is coming.
Whoa, nice. Loving this.
Yes, Grace, I know. Yes, I know it wasn't the promo. Yes, I know. I know it wasn't the promo.
Christian, we're back.
Sorry. Anyway, so look, hyped up, ready to go. Dan Murrell, Jeff Sneider. Crazy how they are. And as it said in that promo, man, you can argue that Jeff is the greatest teams player all time. You can argue that Dan is the greatest singles player all time. Today they battle. Today they go to see who's going to get that shot at Collins.
Look, nobody wants to see human beings when giant monsters clash, as evidenced by Godzilla, King of the Monsters, or the original Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Kong. But I'm going to quote one of the humans in those incredible franchises and simply say, Christian, let them fight.
All right. Are you ready? Because I'm ready.
Who is that on the phone?
It's Grace. Rusting my... Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. 3 rounds in the singles division. Introducing first. Representing the Stars with a record of 13 wins, 8 defeats, and 3 knockouts.
Damn it, that's a record.
He is the 2020 Movie Trivia Schmoedown Player of the Year and the reigning Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Champion of the World, the Sneider, Jeff Sneider! Jeff, the Sneider.
What's up, bad boy?
Listen, man, I know how hyped you are for this match. This is almost, to be honest, does this almost feel like a title match for you?
I'm sitting in pants covered in poop. I've already pooped my pants. I'm nervous.
Thank you for
I'm sweating. My hands are sweating. But you know what? I just got to relax. Just got to let the game come to me, not try to make any unnecessary errors, and let Dan, make some mistakes.
All right. Well, too much information, though, that may have been your usual diaper changer, Roxy Stryer of the Stars, your manager, is going to be working with you tonight and coaching you through this 3-round match. But, Jeff, the question is this. During the offseason, did you and Roxy have any talks about maybe what you could change in strategy and approach your relationship to your coach?
No. Roxy and I have a great thing. There was no need to change anything. We've come this far. We put a belt back on my shoulder where it belongs. And the great thing about tonight is it's going to stay there. Even if I lose, God forbid, knock on wood, I still get to hold on to this belt. I have nothing to lose. All the pressure's on Dan Murrell tonight. So good luck, buddy.
All right. Well, thank you to Jeff Sneider. We're going to bring in your opponent. And his opponent. Representing the Dungeon with a record of 16 wins, 6 defeats, and 8 knockouts.
That's a better record than Sneider, I'll say that.
He is the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Champion and the former 4-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown Champion of the World, Dangerous Dan Murrell!
Whoa, he's mad. He's mad.
Dangerous Dan Murrell. Gone is the beard. Dan, look, man, this is, I got to tell you, I've known you for a long time now, brother, and I have never seen this fire, this edge, and I don't know if it's fueled by trying to take out the exchange or what it is, but it just seems like you have a whole new attitude kind of being with the Dungeon. Is that accurate? Are you muted there, dear?
You try to be polite, and then you forget to unmute yourself. Yes, that's completely accurate, Christian. I very much have a new attitude, and I said this in a little bit of the promo you didn't see. I actually feel a little bit sorry for Jeff because this is not personal. All right, it's a little personal, but it's mostly about what it's been about from day one. It's all about the exchange. It's about revenge, and it's about showing them what a mistake they made. They made a mistake treating me the way they did. They made a mistake treating Ben Bateman the way that they did, and we're going to make them pay for that mistake. And that starts right here tonight.
Dan, good on you for making some lemonade out of the lemons that were those horrific winter storms and at least giving a cool little promo for us. But the question remains, during your offseason, what did it feel like? You weren't the champion anymore. You were resting, but you also had laurels that you didn't want to sleep on because you need to train to get back to the mountaintop, right?
Yeah, I was motivated because, I didn't end the season on a demoralizing loss. I lost count of the number of times I was told that, Adam Collins was a new breed of player and he was going to blow me out of the water. And we played close and went to sudden death. I came up one question short. I played a couple things differently in the match. I'd still have the belt. So I wasn't licking my wounds and I wasn't talking about like, oh no, what if it happens again? No, I want to play him again. I want to play Adam Collins again because now I know I can beat him. And so Jeff Sneider happens to be in my way, and here we are.
All right, so Dangerous Dan Murrell is here. We're going to bring back Jeff Sneider. And ladies and gentlemen, it has begun. Mark the rules of round number 1.
While a graphic unfortunately blocks my beautiful velveteen jacket. Round number 1, gentlemen, it's a big match, and it is still 8 questions in round number 1. Each question's worth a point. No penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. There is no stealing. As soon as we ask the question, you have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer. Once we ask you by name or nickname to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote to your camera. Same time you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. Keep in mind, each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule. Hey, you both remember that guy. If you're not sure you heard a question right, you want to buy yourself another 15 seconds, use a JTE rule. You also each have one challenge to utilize at any point throughout the 3-round match. You may initiate the challenge. We'll bring your manager in. You can talk it over. We'll hear the rationale, and then they will ultimately confirm and ratify that said challenge is taking place. It's a live match. We don't want any swearing from competitors, hosts, or fans, and please, no answers in the chat. And Christian, you and I are not to give away any answers. Not again.
Fair enough. May I start with Dan Murrell? Are you ready?
Yes, I picked up a little tip from a once and future champ. We're going to smash this match for the dungeon.
Yeah! Wow, look at that.
The smasher!
Wow. Jeff Sneider.
I'm ready as one could ever be to play Dan Murrell.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Round number 1, question number 1 in the realm of Oscars. Who was nominated for an Academy Award for her role as Amy March in the 2019 adaptation of Little Women?
And we are coming in hot right off the bat with question numero uno. Are you okay up there, partner? I know it's been a tough show opening for you.
Yeah, I'm glad you get a kick out of it. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question, please.
First one from Dan. Whoa. And here we go. Who was nominated for an Academy Award for her role as Amy March in the 2019 adaptation of Little Women? It's the first one by Dan Murrell.
That's right, going with the new Smasher homage. Kevin Smith.
I know I'm wrong about this,
hearts
but
and minds.
That's the only name that comes to mind.
We go 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the
1.
question.
Oh, and now Sneider wants one, and here we go.
Whoa.
Who was nominated for an Academy Award for her role as Amy March in the 2019 adaptation of Little Women? Both using the JCE rule here.
And Christian, I don't know if Frankie Numbers can confirm this. This might be the longest question number 1 of any match all time.
Maybe. Second guessing it so much. 5, 4, 3.
Well, now I'm more confident
2,
in my wrong answer.
1. Pens down, please. And Dan.
I wrote Florence Pugh.
Yes, and Sneider.
I had Lily James.
Yeah.
Didn't have it.
I wrote Saoirse, then Florence, and then switched back to Saoirse.
So Dan goes up there too, and now we are going to get to question number 2.
Overthinking it.
All right, question
All
2.
right, 3 hours later, we're finally here at question number 2.
God.
And it is in the category of horror films. And your question: Tobin Bell plays what iconic horror movie character? Going right in.
Unbelievable, Ellis.
I'm not sure why you're upset.
Because I overthink myself in these matches. That's
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Jeff Sneider.
Well, I had Jason.
Jigsaw.
Yes, Dan.
Jigsaw.
Dan keeps 2-1 as we get to question number 3. Already what this match has become, that is a drama. Dramas. Which actor stars as a young man named Homer Wells in the 1999 film The Cider House Rules?
Not a whole lot of Homers walking around, but when you see one, you just want to hang out.
It's just that name is
I'm glad I brought some popcorn for this match because I ain't getting any points.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Dan.
Tobey Maguire.
Yes, Jeff.
Tobey Maguire.
All right, so 3-2, and now the match starts to move at a pace we're used to. And here's question number 4.
Josh McCoog is still recovering from his interview with Tobey Maguire. We move on to movie release dates. And the query for a point. What year were the following sequels released? Die Hard 2, RoboCop 2, Predator 2, and Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
Great question that is.
What a great year it sounds like.
Mm-hmm. Don't give it away, Mark. You've done that before.
I've never done that once, Scoob.
Liar. 5.
The Gremlins
4,
one kind of
3,
gave me a clue.
2, 1. Pens down, please. And Jeff Sneider.
1990?
Is it Dan?
No, it's Jeff Sneider.
You still had to write it down.
Didn't I go first last time?
No. You go ahead and go.
You go.
You can go ahead.
Answer the question.
That's incorrect. Dan.
I also wrote 1991.
Oh, Mark?
92?
Unbelievable. 1990, when I was still a zygote.
Yes!
All right, so here's your next question.
I got a question they both missed!
What 2020 mystery film includes actors such as Helena Bonham Carter, Sam Claflin, and Henry Cavill?
What?
Perfect Harloff question ask right there.
Thank you.
Because you go up with a little bit of mystery right there at the end.
See what I did there? You know me very well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And Dan.
Enola Holmes?
Yes, Jeff.
Whoa!
Enola Holmes.
I didn't know
the
I
score
didn't even
at
know
the
Netflix
moment.
movies counted.
4, Sneider. 3, and we get to our next question. This is question number 6.
And it's in the world of comedies. I'll take it for a point. What comedy starring Jim Carrey has the tagline, "He's the best there is"? Actually, he's the only one there is. Same thing could be said about you and I on our show, Christian.
Well, no, there would be 2 of us.
I'm talking about the product. It's a singular.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up. Jeff Sneider.
I had
Ace Ventura, Pet
Detective, but
Yes.
I didn't finish it.
Dan.
But I did got the answer.
Ventura, Pet Detective.
5-4. 1 point separates them at the moment. And we get to our next question, and that's question number 7. Famous actors and actresses. Which actor appears in the following films? Conan the Barbarian, The Hunt for Red October, and Field of Dreams.
Ooh.
I have no idea, but I'm going to throw out a guess.
Writers really saved the goods for these pay-per-views.
Oh, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Dan Murrell.
James Earl Jones?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. I had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And now it is the match we thought it would be. 6-5, 6-5 as we get to our final question in round number 1.
This is CNN, and this is the Schmoedown, and your final question in round number 1 is in the category of directors. And for a point, who directed the films Dave, Evolution, and Draft Day?
Oof.
Oh, God.
I believe I only seen one of them.
Murrell started to seep into that hoodie pretty well, Christian.
Yeah, he looks pretty stone-faced, reminiscent of the Smasher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Jeff Sneider.
Ivan Reitman?
That is correct.
Wow,
Man.
really? I didn't know that.
Ivan Reitman.
And look at that. At the end of round number 1, 7-6, Murrell up by 1 over the reigning team's champion. And we're going to get into round number 2. And a reminder to everybody that after this match, directly after this match, the Schmoedown Rundown, Frank Janish and our own PJ Campbell will be breaking down this match. So stay on this channel right after it's all over, and you might just see another scene also. So just telling you there. So all right. So now the rules of round number 2, they begin. Mark, how's it go?
Round number 2 is the wheel round. We shipped a wheel to each gentleman's house. If they didn't receive it, they're out. No, I'm kidding. We have a virtual one. You get a spin at it. Once you settle on a category, 4 questions will emerge in that particular round. The question is to you and only you. It's worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you might want to ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which we're pretty sure is the right answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Why is that crucial? You two fellas know, but for newbies, stealing is available in round number 2. So if whoever was originally asked the question misses, their opponent can steal.
So I don't need to watch it again.
Wow, do we see a lot of drama in that department. So, Christian, we're looking at 2 of the all-time greats. But currently, it is Dan Murrell on top of Jeff Sneider by a mere point. So, Dan, you're dangerous. So is the wheel, and the choice is yours. Do you want to spin it first or defer to your opponent?
I believe in this instance, I am going to defer to my esteemed opponent.
All right, we're going to get rid of Dan for the moment. Bring back Roxy.
Well put on the pressure.
All right, Rox, got 60 seconds to talk to Jeff starting now.
I legitimately don't want to hear you say what you're going to say right now because I know what it is. And if that ends up losing you the match, which it is not going to do, then we can complain about it later.
Oh,
then you can hate on yourself, but not a second sooner. Throw it out. You are down by 1 point, which I know in your mind.
I know. I just had it.
Jeff, I don't want to hear about it because it doesn't matter. And in your mind, 1 point is a mountain when it is actually nothing in this game. It is nothing. Neither of you guys went perfect in that round. It's the first match of the year. For us, for you, you've got this. No matter what we spin right now, if you think about Florence, I will murder you. No matter what we spin.
I'm trying to shake it off. Trying to let it go.
Let's spin this wheel, Jeff.
All right. All right, so the wheel is up. There's that famous pep talk by Roxy, and here is the
legendary
spin.
Pep talk.
We knew that was going to happen. Roxy comes in, her first match of the season, and gives a famous pep talk.
That's right. And this wheel sponsored by Mr. John Layton, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for John Layton.
Sports.
He's good at sports.
How you feeling,
60
Jeff?
seconds. 60 seconds to decide.
I was hoping Murrell would land on sports, so let's spin again.
You want to spin off of sports, hoping that he'll land on it.
I do.
Okay, then that's exactly what I want to do too. How'd you know? You read my mind. What a clear cut.
He wants to
that
steal
one is.
points.
All right, let's spin again.
All right. So now whatever Jeff gets, got to go with.
Go big or go
No
home.
Star Trek. No Star Trek. No Star Trek.
John Layton, by the way,
But still
sponsored
live
the
long and
90s
prosper.
slice.
Mystery films.
Jeff, remember what I said. You got this. Go to multiple choice if you have to. Don't let him steal 2 points at a time.
Gotta
You
drop
go, Jeff.
out.
You got this. Love you.
Gotta drop Roxy and bring back Dan. All right. Here we go. So you're going to get 4 questions here, Jeff, in the realm of mystery. Are you ready?
I guess. I didn't study it at all.
It's a mystery.
All right, here you go. Which actress stars as the character Caroline Hubbard in the 2017's Murder on the Orient Express?
Is it Dame Judi Dench?
5, 4,
I think she
3,
is.
2. Is it A, Penelope Cruz, B, Judi Dench, C, Olivia Colman, D, Michelle Pfeiffer?
I'm sticking to my answer.
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yes, for 1 point.
Okay.
Question 2. Who played the character of Sam Spade in the 1941 film The Maltese Falcon?
Oof. Humphrey Bogart?
Humphrey Bogart?
2 points.
Yes!
All right. What mystery movie franchise features the characters Nick and Nora Charles?
Huh? That's 4 points for me, by the way, so far.
The Thin Man.
That is correct. 2 more points. And Jeff, final one. Here it is. All right. Who plays the titular teenage detective in the 2007 family film Nancy Drew? 5, 4, 3.
I think I know it is, but multiple choice.
Is it A, Emma Watson, B, Kristen Stewart, C, Emma Roberts, D, Brie Larson?
Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts.
For 1 more point.
Yeah.
All right. So Jeff Sneider maneuvers around that round. Sees himself with a 5-point lead over Dan Murrell. We're going to remove Jeff and bring in Kaiser.
Kaiser.
And Kaiser, you got 60 seconds to talk to Dan.
Well,
Well,
you know, Roxy, the more I think about it, the more I've realized that your faction really is a bunch of shooting stars, shooting right out of my keister and into the toilet. Murrell, we got this kid on the ropes. He's razzled. He's trying to say the pressure's on us. The pressure's on Roxy to pay his internet bill. Let's spin that wheel. Let's do what you do best, and that's win matches, GOAT. Come on, baby. Bring one home for the dungeon.
Let's do it.
All right. Wheel's going to go up for Dan. Short and sweet. Dungeon doing that this year, and they look like they're all business as now Dan is spinning the wheel, and here it is.
Round and round goes John Layton's wheel. It could be his slice.
Wrestlers in film. Wrestlers in film. 60 seconds starting now.
It's interesting, isn't it,
Dan? Interesting slice. It's new.
It's a new slice.
Could be surface. I don't know. I think.
How are you feeling about the work we put in? How are you feeling about the work?
I feel great about the work we put in, but I think there's other stuff there that we like too. So I'd say let's try it again. What do you think?
I trust you, GOAT. I trust you.
Yeah, I'm going to take another spin.
It's going away from wrestlers in film. Chris Jericho right now, pretty upset about that. And now here is the spin.
That's not all he's upset about.
I know.
Yeah.
All right.
Spin
Mystery,
again.
we're going to spin away from that. We had that one already.
Yeah.
Well, you could just put a straw which was right next to it.
More time for Jericho to get upset.
Come on, baby.
Whatever
In
Dan gets
New
here.
York.
Oh, boy.
Looks like you're going to wrestlers in film.
Somebody wants me to talk about wrestlers. Okay.
All right, wrestlers in
The
film. We're going
spirit
to take
of Chris
Kaiser out and bring back
Jericho is
Jeff.
planted firmly in the dungeon.
All right. Dan, you're getting 4 questions in the realm of wrestlers in film. Brand new category here this year. Mark?
All right.
That's right. These are sports entertainers appearing in films. The questions are about the films, not the matches. Thanks again to John Layton for sponsoring the wheel. Check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon as you already have. You can sponsor a wheel too. Thank you again, John Layton. Dan, your first question of 4 for 2 points. In the category of wrestlers in films, John Cena appears in which film in the Transformers franchise?
Bumblebee. John Cena!
Bumblebee.
What a great opening to that movie. 2 points for Dan Murrell.
All right,
Yeah, that's
Dan's
true. That's
trying
a
to
great
get
opening.
Dan's within 4, trying to get within 2 with the next question. Here it is.
Can't believe I got
And he
that
can
question
do so
right
if
in
he
that
answers
category.
this. What is the name of the wrestler played by Randy Savage in 2002's Spider-Man?
Bonesaw's ready!
Bonesaw.
I got you
That's
for
the
3
one for 2
minutes.
more points and a
3
big
minutes of
question
play
coming up. It is
time.
Dan's penultimate question in the
I
world
took questions
of
right in that
wrestlers
category. I'm proud of
in
myself.
cinema.
All right,
And it is.
next question. Next question.
In which 1991 film does Hulk Hogan play an interstellar hero from a distant world who visits Earth and tries to fit in with the normal family?
I almost jumped the gun and said
I cannot
Muppets
believe
from
I got
space,
this
but
movie.
then I heard the rest of the question.
Suburban Commando.
I was frozen today.
All right, so Dan is looking to get the lead here. If he gets this, it is going to be 14-12 if he can hit it. Here it is.
Your final question in Wrestlers in Talking Pictures is, who stars as convict Jack Conrad in the 2007 action thriller The Condemned?
I'll take multiple choice.
All right, your 4 options for a point. Is it A, John Cena, B, Kevin Nash, C. Steve Austin, or D. Triple H?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. And yes, I do know his name.
Man's got a good IPA, too. That is correct for 2 points. And Dan Murrell, he spun it twice, Christian. He must have really wanted it deep inside because Dan Murrell aced that category.
All right, so now we see ourselves 14-12, Dan Murrell, 14-12 there. That's the updated score, 14-12.
It was a war in that time.
So now we get into round number 3. Round number 3. Mark, how do the rules of the final round, how do they go?
I was going to say, it is also the deciding round of the match. Each competitor gives us 3 numbers. Those numbers correspond to a unique category of movie trivia Schmoedown goodness. Your first question that you hear is going to be worth 2 points based on that number. Your next one's worth 3 points based on your second number. Your final question, based on the last number you give us, is worth 5 monstrous points early in Season 8. No penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 3. Just ask the question on our part, answer it on your part.
All right, so now we are going to get the numbers here. We're going to start with Dan Murrell. The 3 numbers, please.
I'll take 3, 16, and 8.
And Jeff Sneider.
6, 12, 10.
6, 12, and 10 for Jeff Sneider. All right, just an update for everybody. The score is 14-12. 14-12. So everybody has the accurate score at the moment. All right, so we are going to drop out Jeff Sneider and bring in Kaiser. 60 seconds to talk to Dan starting now.
Dan, you know, the great philosopher Ric Flair once compared himself to Space Mountain. Oldest ride in the park, but it's got the longest line. That's you, Murrell. You are
that ride doesn't exist anymore, but
which pretty much makes Sneider the teacup ride, nauseating and pointless. So let's dust this fool. Let's get a win for the dungeon. I believe in you, man. You are rocking and rolling. You are on that Zen Dan Murrell level, baby. Let's close this down.
Let's play Dungeon Ball. Let's do it.
Let's play Dungeon Ball.
All right, going to drop out Kaiser and Murrell, bring back Roxy and Sneider. 60 seconds. Rox, start now.
I don't even know what language they were speaking. Jeff, if Dan goes perfect here, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. So get that off your back. If he goes perfect, there's nothing we can do. We can only do what we can do here, which is answer every single question you know. And from our experience and the years that we've been doing this together, it is very, very likely that you know your 2, your 3, and your 5, that it's somewhere. So do not give up on yourself. You have access to that information. The only time you can't reach those things you know is when you give up. So you are here. You are in this. He's going to do what he's going to do. We can't worry about that. Just make sure you answer every single question that you know. You've got this. You've got 2 of your JTEs. You've got time. So use that. Yeah.
All right.
So Jeff, I believe in you way more than anybody believes in him. I mean, I would change your diapers 10 out of 10 days.
Believes in him.
10 out of 10 days.
Thank you, Roxy. That is time. So we're going to drop Roxy out and bring back Dan. All right. So now we are going to start. We're going to start with Jeff Sneider. Jeff, you chose category 6. Category 6. All right. So Jeff, for category 6, you chose fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi for your 2-pointer. Here you go. Aslan is what type of animal in the Chronicles of Narnia films?
A lion.
Roar, he's a lion.
For 2 points, that is correct.
Do not cite the heat magic to me, which I was there when it was written.
Murrell, who chose category 3, Mark.
I'm already doing better
yes,
than
he did,
both
Christian,
the other matches
and
I
Mark
reacted
Mosley's
to
famous
today.
number corresponds to the category of directors. So Dan Murrell currently tied with Jeff. He can take a 2-point advantage if he gets this question. And it is: who directed the films Following and Insomnia?
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
He likes watching them on a big screen like that, too. That is correct, and Dan Murrell, once again, 2-point lead.
All right, so now Jeff Sneider. Jeff Sneider is going to get a 3-pointer.
I got my 10-point quota for today. I'm happy.
Is back to crime films. Crime
I thought it was
films.
gonna
So
say
here we go, Jeff. You chose crime for category 12 for your 3-point question. Here is your 3-point question. Okay. In Widows, who plays politician Tom Mulligan, who gets mixed up in the widow's plan?
That would be a man with some beautiful eyebrows by the name of Colin Farrell.
3 more points. 3 more points. All right.
He's
so
right.
now I get to Dan Murrell. And Dan chose 16 mark. 16.
That he did, and once again, it corresponds to a well-known category, and that would be the world of comedy. And here it is for 3 points. Dan, in what 1980s comedy does real-life baseball player Reggie Jackson become a victim of mind control that turns him into an assassin?
Excuse me?
The Naked Gun.
We also would have accepted The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad. That is correct for 3 points. Dan Murrell, once again, Christian, this is the match we expected.
Also, now here's where we are. Jeff Sneider has his 5-pointer. He hits it. And Dan is going to be forced to try to win it with his 5. If he misses it, then Dan Murrell will go on to play Adam Collins next month for the championship. Jeff, you chose category 10, and that would be 90s movies. 90s movies. All right. Here is the 5-pointer. Jeff, are you ready?
Sure.
In what 1998 comedy film do Albert Brooks, Julie Kavner, and Ellen DeGeneres lend their voices to live-action animals?
Is it one of the Doolittle movies from Eddie Murphy? I'm going to say Dr. Doolittle.
5.
Or is it Babe?
Repeat the question.
Wait.
Second one. In what 1998 comedy film do Albert Brooks, Julie Kavner, and Ellen DeGeneres lend their voices to live-action animals?
I'm going to say Eddie Murphy's Dr. Doolittle. Ellen DeGeneres and Albert Brooks did voices for animals before
5.
Finding Nemo. I
4.
just found that out.
3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last one. In what 1998 comedy film do Albert Brooks, Julie Kavner, and Ellen DeGeneres lend their voices to live-action animals? Five, 4,
Miss
3,
it.
2.
Dr. Doolittle?
That is correct. For 5 points, Jeff Sneider hits it. Forcing Dan Murrell to hit his 5-pointer. He hits it. He goes on to win. However, if he misses, Jeff Sneider will go on to play Adam Collins. Mark, Dan chose category 8.
Just imagine a movie theater day where all the movies that were running through Jeff Snyder's head have to play back to back to back till he got to Dr. Doolittle. And now we've arrived at Dan's 5-point question. Dan, this is for the win, and it is in the category of number 8. You selected Will Smith films. And your question. For 5 points. And the win, Will Smith's character gets stung to death by a jellyfish in a bathtub in what 2000s film?
I beg your pardon?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Second one.
For 5 points in the win, Will Smith's character gets stung to death by a jellyfish in a bathtub in what 2000s film?
I hate you.
£7.
5. Oh.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Hey, yo, winner!
How's that a 5 point?
Dangerous! Dan Murrell! Dan Murrell does it, takes the victory, and beats Jeff Sneider, heading on over.
Fuck on that, Massachusetts.
What a battle it was, and Adam Collins will be seeing Dan Murrell once again. All right, so gentlemen, you made it on over there. So, all right, you're gonna be talking to Jen Sturger, who'll be waiting. Congratulations, Dan. Congratulations to Kaiser.
You did
4
it,
more
champ.
points.
You did it. You played a great game
For the dungeon. All right, we're gonna have to drop you guys out. It was exactly what we thought it would be.
Yeah.
We thought exactly what we thought it would be. Is that, you had Jeff Sneider takes it down to his 5, does it. Murrell, though, does what Murrell does and picks up his 17th victory in the movie trivia Schmoedown as he defeats Jeff Sneider. It was a good one.
It was a great one, and we should stress, Christian, that first of all, we never need to see the movie 7 Pounds now, thank goodness. And also, Jeff Sneider's resolve impressed me tonight because in years past, we've seen him completely mail in a match after missing a few early questions. Roxy Stryer did not let that happen last year, and she sure as hell was not going to let it kick off their season tonight. Just came up a little short, but he showed the fight. He showed the comeback kid grit he has, nailing that tough 5-pointer, sending it back to Dan Murrell, and Dan Murrell does what a GOAT should, knock a 5-pointer out of the stadium.
And also showed you exactly the kind of competitor that Jeff Sneider is. Even though he was out by that 1 point, he fought back. He nailed all 3 of his questions in the 3rd round, had an absolutely incredible 3rd round, and so did Dan. I mean, that's why these guys are considered the greatest players that we've ever seen. So, yeah, absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. And now we're going to get to Jen Sturger, who is with Dan Murrell and John Kaiser.
Conjizer.
Let me tell you something, Jen. Obviously, Dan went down to Smash City, picked himself up a new hoodie, and it brought him a lot of luck today. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I mean, if it works, it works. Don't ask any questions, right? As any good sports fan would know by this point. Gentlemen, the dungeon is off to obviously a fantastic start this season. Kaiser, where do you attribute all this success to right now?
I'm telling you, we got a hell of a team this year, and we're putting into work day and night. Anytime anyone's got a minute, whether it's at 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, someone's running drills, somebody's picking somebody up. It don't matter if it's Star Wars, don't care if it's Albert Brooks, we don't care if it's 7 Pounds. We don't listen. These 2 guys slugged it out. They both had killer 5s. Jeff Snyder's one of the greatest players that ever played this game. I would be convinced that he'd beat Collins tomorrow. That's the level he's at. But today, our boy came out on top. Murrell's ready for this match. He worked his ass off. I couldn't be more proud of him. It's a damn honor to be alongside this man. I'm going to tell you something. It's just an honor every day just to have conversations and play with this guy. He's the GOAT for a reason. He's going to prove it this year. I'm here to take him back to the top of Space Mountain, get that belt, and show that low-life Gucci that the dungeon is where he belongs, and we're going to stick it to those guys.
Space Mountain, oldest ride, longest line, still to this day. I sure do. Speaking of wrestlers in film, I'm very shocked at how you were able to navigate this category. It's always a little interesting when you get one of those new categories because you're just like, how deep are these polls going to be? How familiar are these films going to be? And I got to say, you did a fantastic job. Were you scared at all when you landed on that?
It's a new category, so yeah, you don't know what it comes in store with it. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes you start out with deep cuts and it gets easier as you go along. It's so weird though, because I have literally brought up, I cannot tell you how many times when we talk about like how subjective the difficulty of the game is, I have used the movie Suburban Commando as an example, because I'm like, a kid my age will know Suburban Commando, but like, will a guy Paul Oyama's age know Suburban Commando? Like, that's the one movie that I always use is like a weird random movie, and the fact that I got asked about it in the match is insane to me. So I was I'm very happy to get the 7 points, but it was a real question mark, and the Schmoedown gods wanted me to. I spun the wheel 3 times, landed on the same category twice. The Schmoedown gods wanted me to play that slice tonight.
So 4 more points, obviously, for the dungeon. Where is that? Like, where is your head at now, right, Kaiser, with like all of this going on? I mean, Dan won, Mara won. I mean, where are you looking to next? Obviously, you're going to have that rematch with Coyote, which we've all been waiting for, I think, since December.
Whoa! Speak of the devil!
Hey, Daniel. Congratulations.
Daniel.
That was one hell of a match.
Thank you, sir.
Are you going to be wearing the same attire when we get reacquainted?
You'll have to wait and find out.
And he's
I don't
wearing
like to
the
show my hand,
championship
too much.
t-shirt.
I hope you kept the return address on that belt, though, because I think you might be having to send it back.
I have no idea where you live. But look, I'm on the road as we speak. That's why I brought my roommate with me, just because we've become very close. But look, you know, what happened last year wasn't an accident. Corruption won the faction title, Manager of the Year, all the other accolades for a reason. But trust me, I have perspective on this. And it only makes sense that given the way the Schmoedown works these days, I showed up last year. I won 7 in a row. So what do? They throw Dan Murrell at me again a second time. Okay, sure. Let's play again. Obviously, it's an honor. Obviously, it'll be a battle. But I'm better than we played last time.
Oof. Adam, while you're here, I got to ask, obviously you were watching today's match. Were you impressed with Dan Murrell's performance?
Look, I don't like having to admit these kinds of things, but yeah, look, Dan's always impressive, okay? Dan's always impressive. And I'm glad Jeff showed up and put him on his heels a little bit. But at the end of the day, Dan, you're going to have to go 9 out of 9 in round 1 when we play again, man. That's just a fact. This was a good sparring session for you. But you and I, we have a date with destiny, my friend. And I want to prove to everybody that was no fluke.
I mean, he's right. I'm going to have to go 9 out of 9 in round 1 against him. I did it once. I can do it again. And, you know, I'm better too. Did you see what happened when we played last time? My manager didn't even show up. I've got not only a great manager, I have a faction behind me. And now that I've got a belt shot, you have no idea what the dungeon is capable of. But we're all going to find out in about a month.
Ooh. All right, just keep looking over your shoulder at that Bateman guy. I wouldn't trust him.
You don't got to trust him. You just got to win.
Oof.
All right, back to the desk.
You don't got to trust him. You just got to throw him. Pretty sure I botched that. Whatever I was going with that.
Good jarring back and forth. I didn't expect to see Coyote here. I like that he showed up. I think that takes moxie.
He shows up. And look, he's got a respect for Dan Murrell. You know, he's got a respect for him, and the kid is 7-0. He's 7-0, and Dan Murrell, as he said in the beginning, Dan Murrell wants to give him that one loss. Dan Murrell wants his title back. Dan Murrell wants to flash a 5 for a different reason this time. He wants to be the only person to ever, I mean, hell, he's the only person to ever repeat 3 or 4. But now, to do it for a 5th time, and he's going to get Adam Collins.
Set a brand new record for himself.
We're going to have the Schmoedown rundown. It's going to be on right after this. It's going to be on right after this. And remember, 2 other things. The $20 patrons, you're going to get the link. You're going to come in. There's going to be a couple questions to Dan and both Kaiser. And don't forget, stick around for the entire show. Don't bail out because there's something pretty big at the end. Just saying. All right. So now we're going to go back to Jen Sturger, who is with Roxy Stryer and Jeff Sneider.
Jeff,
Sneider.
I saw you almost getting your head in that first round. And once again, Roxy Stryer pulled your head out of places unknown and kept you in this game up until the very end. You cannot be disappointed with your performance today, sir.
No comment.
All right, Roxy.
Yeah, I got you. My heart's broken for him right now because
better get used to losing, Sneider.
I love Jeff so much, and I know what this means to him, and I know that he has it in him to beat Dan Murrell, and I think they would go back and forth every time. And I know he's going to kick himself over 2 very specific things in this match that I wish he wouldn't, because to me he is clearly on Mount Rushmore. People say he's the greatest in teams. That's obvious, but I know that singles belt is going to be ours, and this is just going to mean a long journey to get it. And I feel awful for him right now because that was a really, really tough loss.
Absolutely. And then to spin that was an interesting strategy you guys used in round 2 in terms of spinning away from sports movies. Why was that the move? Just curious.
I think that was the move because of strategy. I think that when you have players like Jeff and Dan who have been at this for as long as they have, they're not just coming in with the knowledge they have. They're tit for tat with knowledge, but you have to go in this strategically. You have to go big or go home. So that sometimes means spinning off of some strengths that are yours, hoping that if you're spinning first and they're spinning second, that they might land on one of their weaknesses. And I think that was a really smart move by Jeff. And I think that it was a smart move to respin. And I think that there was absolutely nothing wrong with his round 2. I was hoping that we would give up no steals. We didn't. I told Jeff going into round 3, just answer everything you know. He hit his 2, his 3, and his 5. What more could he do? Nothing. So I think it was an unbelievable game. I think they're going to meet again. It took them this long to meet for the first time, and I don't think it's going to be that long before they meet for the second time.
I completely agree with you, Roxy. And so where do we go from here? Who do we look at next? And how do we rebound from this loss?
Well, first, I think we get a really good night's sleep and remember to use our words. It takes some time sometimes to have comments. And honestly, I'm really proud of Jeff right now because no comment is probably better than whatever is going on in that head. And this is a live show, Jen. So we like no comment right now. So I think that's what happens. And then after that, I think that we're not afraid of anybody. We really aren't, and including Dan Murrell, who had a great game today. But I really believe that they are equal players.
And Jeff?
No comment.
Naturally. All right, Christian. Well, I tried on this one.
You really did, Jen.
I'm glad somebody tried.
No, that's
Roxy,
what I
it was
was
great
thinking.
seeing you.
Thanks,
What
Jen. It was
the
good to
hell
see you
was
too.
that?
And I just want to say that I think that Jeff is one of the best players of all time, and I'm hoping that he storms back in as quickly as he stormed off because he's Pody for a reason. He's Player of the Year, and people underestimate him all the time. And I think maybe one of the frustrations here is you look in the chat and everybody's happy that he lost and always rooting for Dan, and nobody ever remembers how incredible Jeff is, and he proves himself time and time again. So I get why he's coming off.
Roxy, like I said, I feel like we saw a different Jeff Sneider last year. When it came down to those hard fought matches, the Jeff Sneider of past may have been the guy that once he got down, he was just like, I'm out. His head would leave it. But with you by his side and your way of talking him through these difficult times and keeping him out of his head, like that is what I feel like really took him to that next level of competitor that we all know he is.
Yeah, thanks, Jen. I know you know that. And I don't know, the people watching at home, I think if they don't know that, they're blind at this point. And I don't see anybody who cares to the level that he cares. This is not the end for him. This is just the beginning of the season. It's going to be a long season. And you and I both know that. So I'm looking forward to brighter days, better matches, and more wins and more belts for Jeff Sneider.
I love the sound of that. Roxy, again, tough loss today, but I guarantee I'll be seeing you on the first interview coming up soon,
Thanks, Jen.
Take care.
All right, well, salvaged an interview with someone there. And Jeff is understandably frustrated, Christian. I don't think he played up to the level he was hoping today. But having said that, still played a hell of a game.
Yeah, man, look, he's a passionate player. He gets in. And you cannot remember a match that Jeff Sneider has had ever in the movie Trivia Schmoedown where he's not fired up, ready. And this meant a lot to him. It meant a lot to him, and it was the most subdued I've seen him in an interview, except obviously the end. But it was a great match. It was a great match. He had nothing to be ashamed of there. And Dan Murrell does it. Dan Murrell just looked focused, and that's when Dan Murrell's that locked in. It's tough, and he's got that dangerous nickname for a reason. He did it. He did it again, and now he's playing. This is another stat. And Frank Janish will bring this up, I guess, on the after show, which is going to take place right afterwards with our own PJ Campbell. So you should stick around or go to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you watch that because I want to know this stat. I believe that Dan Murrell has never lost a number one contender match going for the championship. I believe that is the case. And I also think that if that is also true, I don't think he's ever lost while attempting to win a championship. So anyway, there's a lot going on here. We're going to bring in some of our patrons, but just a reminder to you guys, so much stuff happening. Our next pay-per-view, it's going to be a Schmoedown Throwdown. And let's listen to this card. What a card already. William the Beast Bibiani will go on to face Paul Oyama in the undercard. That's an undercard match. And the main event for the Star Wars Championship of the World, Roxy Stryer will be back with the Stars because the longest reigning movie trivia Schmoedown champion of all time, Alex the Demon Damon, goes to get his unprecedented fifth title defense in an individual division against Andrew the Hunter Dimolanta. And then 2 weeks later, what a pay-per-view it will be when you see John the Outlaw Roca versus Liz Shannon Miller. What a season she had. It is the Suspects versus the Exchange. And then in the main event, former teammates, former friends, former brothers, you might say, Ben Bateman and Mark Riley clash in the main event of the first ever Schmoedown Battlefield. And that's for you guys. All you got to do,
all you got to do beat his face into the ground.
Patreon.com/Schmoedown. Patreon.com/Schmoedown. Look at all those benefits that you get. That's everything. Everything you get right there. You get 3 pay-per-views. You get a commentary. You get to join this stream for a Q&A. There's so much. And all you got to do is join. Patreon.com/Schmoedown. All right.
Okay,
so we are going to bring in both the now.
I paused it now because I won't be needing that part to be in the video. This is my score. I did better than both the other matches I watched tonight. Better than the Brother Lomas and Frankie Alvarez match. Better than the Chance Ellis and Brennan Meyer match. This is both of those matches combined. I'm shocked that I did this well this match, but yeah, great. Always great seeing Dan win. Always great to see Sneider lose, and this match definitely lived up to the hype. So yeah, I got a bunch of other stuff I need to get to, so I'm going to cut this short right here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this back to back of matches that I just watched. I certainly had a lot of fun, but it kind of destroyed me on the inside. So. Gotta bid you guys farewell for the moment, and I will see you guys next time there is a match. Hopefully I won't save all of them for the very last minute next time. So, see you then, everybody. Schmoedown! Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.